What's up, everybody? The atmosphere today has inspired me to take a little walk and talk with you about addiction, or at least my experience with addiction, my perceived experience with addiction. To some degree, I've had a love-hate relationship with marijuana for like 12 years now. Having said that, during that period, in hindsight, I can tell I never really fully wanted to quit. I had moments where I felt like it was slowing me down in my life, but I don't feel like I really wanted to quit. And it wasn't until about a year ago where I really wanted to quit smoking tobacco and marijuana. If you look through my journal from the past year, there is at least 12, probably 20, journal entries where I wrote to myself that I'm really clear that I don't want this in my life anymore, and it's affecting my relationship, it's affecting my energy, my life, my purpose. I felt all of that being threatened by my relationship to these substances, particularly smoking in this case, and yet I still wasn't able to stop the behavior. And over time I started to lose faith in myself, because I knew deep down what was best for me, and in not being able to make those changes, I started to feel like a piece of shit in my own view of myself. Regardless of how amazing you may think I am, and regardless of how amazing deep down I truly know I am, I still felt like a failure. And talking about it right now is helping me move on past this, releasing some energy. So thank you for whoever's listening. I guess it doesn't even matter if anyone's listening. Anyway, there's so fucking a million layers to this thing, and I'm able to recognize that the addiction is sort of a symptom of a deeper wound, let's say. And I do recognize that following, exploring, loving this addiction is a pathway. It's an opportunity for me to heal myself, and it may be my deepest path to take for my human experience, and who knows, possibly even my soul experience, to explore, as Gabor Mate says, not why the addiction, but why the pain. And I wanted to just share a quick little story about where I'm at today. Oh, it's a little too wet for the Jordans. We're going anyway. Share a little story about where I'm at today. I came home from Mexico. I had just ended a relationship with the most beautiful person I've ever gotten close to, and I was rotting out from inside. That's what it felt like. And I really felt I need to come home, slow down, really take my time and reconnect with myself, because I don't love myself right now. So I came home to New Jersey for that reason. About 5 days into being home, I got the results for my biopsy on my nose, and they said, yo, you got skin cancer. You're gonna need these surgeries, blah, blah, blah. Super intense. So even then, I had these surgeries lined up, and I knew, and I had done research online, that smoking, particularly tobacco, is like really bad for you as you're going into a facial surgery. And that didn't stop me. I kept smoking. And then after the surgery, it was a bit intense. I thought they were just gonna take a little piece from my cheek. Instead, they did this whole forehead flap, and now I have a piece of tissue over my face for the next 4 weeks. Here it is. And they kept me in the hospital overnight. And I'm sitting there in the hospital bed, and I'm thinking and feeling I will never smoke again. I was very clear on that. And that was mostly coming from a place of fear. Fear of lung cancer, really, and hospitals and health issues. And also from a place of love. I really wanted to love myself and take care of myself and focus on health. These are things that I've journaled about and maybe did podcasts about, yet I haven't fully integrated yet. And this whole experience has brought me closer to really loving myself and putting health first. Anywho, what I wanted to share was that the first day after the surgery, and then that second day, the third day, I'm back home, I was sort of in shock about my whole situation. And in hindsight, I really appreciate that shock. Because in that state of shock, my typical internal emotional pain wasn't showing up the same way. So for those first 2 or 3 days, it was easy not to smoke. I was scared. Oh God, I couldn't smoke. I might ruin my face and this and that. And I was also just processing everything I was going through. But by the time Monday came around, day 4 or 5, I felt sort of the regular, everyday stresses within myself. I was no longer overwhelmed and consumed by the shock of my state of being. I had come back into myself, and in coming back to myself, the traumas and internal turmoil started to show up again. I literally thought to myself, fuck, I thought it was gonna be easy. This is now getting to be a little bit difficult. And in the end, I didn't smoke a cigarette. I did smoke a couple hits out of a bowl of marijuana after reading online that that's not a good idea for your face in this situation. But I said, fuck it. And I didn't feel too bad about it, but I also didn't feel too great about it. That was 3 or 4 days ago. And I can say that I haven't smoked since then. And I'm really grateful for my face surgery because it's been a massive assistant in me coping with my addictions. And I feel myself making massive progress. Even if I smoked a cigarette tomorrow, I have a new mindset, and that's okay. It's not game over. It doesn't always have to be cold turkey. It doesn't always have to be black and white. For me, it's about making progress, and most importantly, it's about how I feel internally about the choices I make. And I'm learning to take ownership with my intentional choices. And when you take ownership, there's not much suffering, because if I'm gonna smoke 10 spliffs a day, I'm owning that that may lead to cancer in 10 years. And when that cancer comes, not a lot of room to be feeling sorry for yourself. That looks cool. So yeah, anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but I made this video because I've struggled with addiction, and for many years I didn't really own that. I thought, yeah, just having a hard time quit smoking weed, but the truth is I was struggling with addiction, and I know how hard it can be, and I kind of grew to hate myself in that cycle of pain and coping. So if you're listening to this and you've experienced some of the same, I really send you so much love and a big hug. What helped me was seeing a therapist and being very vulnerable with her. I have a therapist that is affordable, so if cost has been keeping you from investing in yourself by way of therapy, please let me know, and I can set you up for a free consultation with the woman I worked with. She was amazing for me. Maybe she can help you. But yeah, ultimately, I feel confident that I'm moving on past my relationship with smoking and putting myself first and focusing on health and loving myself and recognizing that there is a hole within me that is leading me to these smoking habits. And the sound of this water just stopped me right in my thoughts, and I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. So just wanted to open up and be vulnerable with you guys today. And I feel you. I love you. You're not alone. And if you feel alone, I'm here. We can talk. I would like to talk. If there's of any way I can be of service to you and your experience, it would give me a lot of purpose to be there for you. So that's it. A little bit of a heavy topic, and life can be a little bit heavy, but I don't want to turn away from that. I want to own it, and I want to open a door for others to connect and heal in that space. So that's my intention of sharing this. Sending you lots of love. Take care of yourself. Ciao for now.